The long wait is over, the summer is gone, the best leagues in the land are back.
It's time to raise the game. Welcome back to BUCS Super Rugby. We're here at the University of Nottingham. It's the headliner, their biggest event of the year. And what better way to kick things off than this brilliant rivalry? It is University of Nottingham against Leeds Beckett. It's where it all began when Nottingham first got promoted, and so much has happened since then. Of course, this is Nottingham's big day, so we've got some big things to celebrate. But most of all, the rugby is back. Welcome everybody. It's the best league in the land. It's Wednesday afternoon. We go again.
1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me what you're looking for. 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't wanna have to wait. 9, 10, 11, 12. Gotta start and give 'em hell. You can't stop me now. 'Cause we got the power. 110 miles an hour. Singing a little louder. Come on, let's go. 'Cause we're gonna make it. Ain't gonna fake it. We're gonna take it out into the world. We're gonna make it. Ain't gonna fake it. We're gonna take it out into the world. We're gonna make it. Ain't gonna fake it. We're gonna take it out into the world.
Who better to talk to first than perhaps Unruck's most familiar face, James Cherry. Welcome back.
Pleasure to see you, dear Rog.
Another season. We've got Beckett warming up behind us, but we're going to talk about your lot first. Part of the furniture now, aren't you?
Yeah, a little bit, mate. They can't seem to get rid of me. Really lucky to be contracted down at Nottingham Rugby this year, and just seems natural to stay involved with the club that's done so much for me in my rugby journey.
So you've been involved with coaching, pre-season. How are they looking? Has anything changed?
Not too much has changed, as Paul will have alluded to. We're still looking to play a really exciting brand of rugby. We've got some really exciting young talent in who hopefully are going to put their best foot forward today. A few lads that also did pre-season down with us at Nottingham Rugby, so Will Rampley, Lawrence Adedri and Freddie Vaughan, that have all had really impressive pre-seasons that I'm excited to see out there today.
In fact, we had the media day in the building just behind us, and he talked about, right, it's not good enough to just turn up anymore. It's not good enough to finish ninth or get into the playoffs. It's about time we put our stamp on this league. Those are big words. Those are brave words, and it's put a smile on your face as well. So is this the year where you maybe upset a few more apple carts?
Yeah, I really hope so, mate. I think, as we've alluded to before, this is going to be one of the first years where this entire group has come here to play BUCS Super Rugby. There's not too many lads that played back in North A with me back in the good old days. So, yeah, we're hopeful, to push up the league this year. We've got so many talented young players coming through. We've got a really positive culture that Paul, Liam and Steve have installed about hard work and, performance, mindset that develops not only rugby players but also people. So if we can get that all going in the right direction, I'm sure, 5th, 6th could be really achievable this year.
We've got Beckett behind us, and Kerry Woods has talked a little bit about how they're going to change as well. Let's take the track is looking really good. Can we see some meat pies today?
Yeah, I reckon we will, mate. The ground staff have done a really good job, obviously in association with Red Bull for the headliner, Rugby Minds as well. It's all they're pulling out all the stops at UN Sport for us today. Obviously, we know what Leeds Beckett are like as a team. They've always been very set-piece heavy, but they've got a lot of really good backs that have stayed around. Jody Devine stuck out on their team sheet to me, really talented back three player from the Northampton Saints pathway. So I'm sure he'll be looking to do something exciting today, but obviously we've got lads like Ryan Sweeting, Jamie and Freddie Vaughan that are going to want to put their own spin on proceedings. So.
Straight away, sorry, he's got the sponsors in immediately. Can you say something nice about milk, please?
Yeah, go drink lots of it. 6 pints a day, it's good for you.
Yeah, exactly. Right, don't go anywhere. We need more from you. But in the meantime, let's hear from Paul Westgate. Paul, the new season is upon us. I always expect the unexpected, but you're all more organised than me. So what are you looking forward to about today?
Looking for a big team performance. Obviously now 2 years in BSR, we want to start to build on on where we are. So it's cracking to be at home for a headliner event, to play Leeds Beckett. Sure to be a tough game today. We've had a good warm-up, good pre-season, so yeah, we're looking forward to things.
You've got a couple of lads in there with 50 appearances, but on a day like today, you've got a fair few debutants as well. What are the messages that you've given them? Because this is a huge occasion for those players.
The messages are the same as always, Dave. You know, it's about enjoyment, isn't it? It's about team cohesion. It's about playing the unruck way. You know, we believe that we play an exciting brand of rugby. The players buy into that. We've been working on it all pre-season. So I think it's about enjoyment. I think it's going out there, doing the best you can. And if that's good enough to get us over the line at the end of the day, we'll take it. If not, well, we'll be back in on Monday and we'll be working.
Enjoyment's one thing, but winning games is an important thing too. And you've said yourself that maybe this is the season where you don't want to make up the numbers. You really, really want to compete. So how do you balance that desire to win, the necessity to win, with that enjoyment that is the unruck way?
Hard work. We've got to work really hard. You know, the attitude and application by the boys in pre-season has been first class. The new players that have come in are really bought into the environment that we created here. We said right at the beginning we're going to be high performance. Everything we do is all about being the best version of yourself that you can be. So lots of feedback, lots of challenges, lots of training, lots of conditioning. The boys have really put a shift in pre-season. So we had a great run out last week against our local rivals Trent. Of course, that counts for nothing today. Today, you know, we start again in our first BSR game. But no, I think it's about hard work. It's about belief. It's about coaches and the players working together. It's about taking opportunities. There'll be a lot of pressure today, a lot of challenges with the game. Big occasion, so I guess the boys will be a little bit anxious as well, wanting to do well. But we just got to back what we do, Dave. Go out there, create opportunities, take opportunities, and just show that you know, we're where we want to be at this stage of the season.
Can't wait. Good luck.
Can't wait either. Many thanks. Cheers.
Always great to hear from Paul, proper rugby mind, and very lucky to have him in this league. Whisper, because Beckett are coming quite close to us, but they're a real challenge today. What was it like back when you were playing for this Nottingham team, playing against this team?
It was tough, mate. The Hancock twins up front, obviously imperious scrummagers, put us on the back foot. I remember the headline here a few years ago. We really struggled to get a foothold in the game. We were 10-0 down after 30 minutes and kind of looking to a few of the leaders in the group at the time, your Cam Furleys, your Max Browns, kind of what we were going to do going forward. But we ended up sorting it out and getting, you know, our foot in the game. I think that'll be key for the boys today, is they're going to take us on a set piece up front. They've got an experienced pack. A few returning students like Ollie Malarkey stood out to me. They're number 8, big physical ball carrier. Sugate and Guthrie in the row as well, really good operators around the line out in set piece. So if we can hold our own up front, I think that we've got a really good backs unit this year. We're going to play an exciting brand of rugby and we'll be able to stretch them either side.
I'm digging into we can speak a bit louder now, they're back in the changing room. I'm digging into my BUCS Super Rugby crates here. Wasn't it a game here against Beckett where you kind of announced yourselves with a win in BUCS Super Rugby?
Yes, that was it again 2 years ago. I think it was 32-17 down here at Highfields. That was our first game in the league, first win in the league, and that's what I think really gave us confidence in that first year 2 years ago with that team that came up from North A, that we could compete in BSR against an established Leeds Beckett team that obviously struggled that year, but I mean their programme is fantastic. They've gotten to the final at Twickenham. They're always, you know, real physical, real good side, well coached by Kerry Wood, as we all know. So that was really big for us at the time, and then we went on to beat Swansea and get a few other scalps on the way, like Loughborough, Bath, Cardiff Met and Cardiff. So, you know, I think if the boys today, I was talking to Paul, I think a win in the first game of the season is massive, because then you're not searching for a result, you're not searching for a win, you're not playing outside of your comfort zone. So if the boys can do today what I know they're capable of, and we'll get a win, and that'll be a really good start to the season for us.
What about this time of the season then? Because, you know, we think we know how Nottingham play, we think we know how Leeds Beckett play, but you've done your pre-season blocks, the lads are fit, they're firing and they're ready to go, but it's a bit of a step into the unknown, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%, mate. I mean, I think we've got 8 lads today set to make their debuts if they all come off the bench. So it's a bit of a change, say, to that game 2 years ago where I think we were all, you know, 20, 30 cap lads. But that's exciting for me. I mean, like I say, so many good young players coming through. We've had a really good recruitment cycle. Boys coming on masters from Hartpury University. Boys, you know, coming from the academy, the ACE programme. So I think, like you say, it is a step into the unknown, but that's got to be so exciting from a coach's perspective, seeing what these young lads that have done so well in pre-season are going to do in a competitive game.
I'm glad you're here, mate. It makes it easy. Right, enough of Nottingham. There are 2 teams here today, so let's hear from Pete Lucock, who's coaching Leeds Beckett this season. New season, A new dawn, a familiar foe. I'm hearing rumours of a change of game plan for Leeds Beckett, but you're the man who's going to tell us exactly how you're playing. How excited are you for the start of the season?
Yeah, no, really excited. Change the game plan, yeah, but the main focus all the pre-season has been on ourselves, not really what other people are going to bring. So I think that's the focus going in today. New season, unknown quantity in Nottingham, so let's try put our imprint in the game.
Looking at the group, mostly returners, a lot of experience in there. How do you kind of refresh that mindset and get them ready for a new season?
I think a lot of it was we could have done a lot better than we actually put out last year. We started pretty slowly, found some good wins around Christmas time and then fell off again. I think the boys are just hungry. I think any Leeds team, we're always hungry to try and do better. But again, the focus has been on us rather than other teams, and I think the boys got the bit between the teeth, first game of the season, so it should hopefully be a good start.
With that focus on you then, where do you think the strengths of this Leeds Beckett team are?
I think we're still going to be strong up front. That's obviously always been a bit of a theme for a Leeds Beckett team. Ball movement and variety, we're going to push that loads, but built on the strong basics: catch, pass, ball movement, tackle. So yeah, all the basics done really well, and then earning the right to open up towards the end of the game.
And Nottingham, they've done quite well against you in the past, particularly here. Is that something that you think is going to fuel the fire today?
I think so. I think every game you want to get one over. Last time we came here last year, we won, and that was my first season here. So I've got good memories down here. So hopefully we can carry that, and I still have that 100% record come the end of the game.
Under you. Hey, good luck today, mate. We're really looking forward to it.
Cheers. Thank you.
It's more than just a game.
It's community.
It's support.
It's culture.
It's mental health.
It's friendship.
It's for your mind.
Welcome everybody to Highfields, University of Nottingham against Leeds Beckett. It's the first game of a new season, new expectations, new groups of players, and the first opportunity to put all of the hard work of pre-season into practice. This is what they do it for. Leeds Beckett, well, they won last time here, but they will still have that defeat when Nottingham were new boys, fresh in the memory. Some players in the 1 to 15 today were actually involved in that game, and Nottingham really announced themselves on the biggest stage in university rugby with that victory. It's a full fixture table today, not one but two live games for you to enjoy. You're with us here for Nottingham versus Leeds Beckett. You can head to Exeter as they host the defending champions Loughborough. Joe Burns is down there for that one. Then into the evening it's Bath versus Durham, Cardiff versus Hartpury, and a Welsh derby in week one, Swansea versus Cardiff Met. If there are some Swansea fans who are with us on the live stream, don't go anywhere because we've got a surprise for you today. Let's take a look at the starting 15s and in fact the full squads for both of these teams, starting with Nottingham. No fewer than 8 debutants. They've stacked their pack with experience. Fred Marr and Will Rampley are the vice captains. Jamie Annan from 10 contracted with Nottingham RFC. He's going to captain the team from 10 and a half back pairing with Max Cornford. Plenty of experience too, the likes of Freddie Vaughan and Cormac Calnan in there as well. But Will Derbyshire and Lawrence Adediran, they are freshers given the opportunity. Then on the bench there are plenty more freshers, plenty more debutants, plenty more players who are willing to make an impact and ready to make an impact on this brilliant league. Well, that is Nottingham. Let's take a look at Leeds Beckett. Plenty of experience there too. In fact, most of these players in their second, third and sometimes fourth years. There is a BSR debut for Josh Law. He's on the right wing, and Caleb Cudjoe and Charlie Keith at loose head and tight head. They are filling the boots left by the Hancock twins, who are the most prolific scrummagers in BSR history last week. We've been told, in no uncertain terms, that Leeds Beckett are going to be running the ball more, but they are still heavy up front, and this is an excellent contest to kick off the season of BUCS Super Rugby. Well, the teams are on their way in. We've got a few minutes to have a conversation. The Nottingham University Knights cheerleaders have, well, they've either got new outfits for the year or they've had them dry cleaned because they are sparkling in the sunshine. So let's say hello to our special guest today, playing his rugby here at Nottingham now. And I nearly said Swansea University legend then, but my WhatsApps would have absolutely exploded if I'd have used the L word. Gwyn Parks, hello.
Good afternoon, Dave.
This is all right, isn't it?
It's a good atmosphere. It's a lovely day for some rugby, and yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, it is the headliner event. Every year, Nottingham University, or the University of Nottingham, sorry, they get upset when you get it the wrong way around. But they put on a big sporting event. Sometimes it's rugby, it's been hockey in the past, it's been volleyball in the past. But can you think of a better sport, of a better league, of a better spectacle to kick off the sporting year than the opening fixture of BUCS Super Rugby?
I can't. Like I've said, it's going to be a great occasion. All the cheerleaders are already lined up, and the boys, it's definitely going to be one to remember.
Well, Nottingham's journey is one that you can certainly relate to, because you got promoted into a league and then you had a couple of seasons to really stamp your authority and have a BUCS Super Rugby identity. Talk to us about what that's like, because it just seems like such an exciting time to be a rugby player.
Yeah, well, when we first got promoted, it was obviously, you know, a bit of uncertainty because we didn't know what to expect in BUCS, and so Nottingham obviously going through that process, but I think it's their third season now. So obviously they'll have some boys that have experienced BUCS Super Rugby games, and hopefully they can take that experience in and take them through to a win, hopefully.
And what they've also got is a group of players now who've come here to play BUCS Super Rugby. They were the generation before them, James Cherry and Archie van der Fleer, etc. They earned the right. Now it's up to the next group to carry that torch forward. Yeah,
definitely, and that's, you know, really exciting for Nottingham rugby as a whole. Yeah.
Speaking of exciting for Nottingham rugby, you're going to be playing Championship rugby in this part of the world this season. So, you know, rugby's treating you very well off the back of a successful university career. How is the East Midlands treating you?
Oh, it's treating me well. All the boys at Nottingham are great. And yeah, it's going really well, to be honest. It's good.
What about Leeds Beckett then? Because you went toe-to-toe with them a few times in BUCS Super Rugby in your time with the Green and White Army. They feel like a tough proposition for everybody, even though sometimes the results don't necessarily reflect that.
Yeah, you know, Leeds have always had a big pack, lots of big boys and very physical. That's from what I can remember anyway. So it should be a good contest, to be honest. I'm looking forward to it.
I love this time of the season because we talk it up, we have our expectations. Idiots have predictions. I'm staying away from all of that. But from a player's perspective, as Leeds Beckett are the first out of the tunnel, they're led by Louis Kirkham, the former London Irishman. England students as well at the end of last year under Daz Fern. He's going to skip for this team. But this time of year, all the predictions, they go in the bin. It is up to who can put the plan into place and really execute early on.
Yeah, it's the first game of the season, so there will be nerves, also a lot of excitement. It's, as you can probably hear, the crowd in the background. So the boys will be very much up for this, and it'll be a good contest.
Awesome atmosphere today. Nottingham led out by the captain, Jamie Anand, ex-Wasp Senior Academy, contracted with Nottingham. Sure, you'll be playing plenty of rugby with him this season, Gwyn. And there are the men in green. And this will be a game that both teams will target. That's what makes it so incredibly exciting. Freddie Vaughan, 50 BUCS Super Rugby appearances for him. And that is some achievement. Speaking of 50 BUCS Super Rugby appearances, Owen Taylor is the man in the middle today, and he will be blowing the whistle for the 50th time in his BSR career. Huge congratulations to him. And he's down there with the Rugby Minds guys, Matty and Rosie. We'll be talking to them at half-time and all of the great work they're doing off the pitch here at University of Nottingham. It's BUCS Super Rugby round one. Owen Taylor's whistle blows. Louis Hurd on his BUCS Super Rugby debut gets us underway. Leeds Beckett in the purple, Nottingham in the green and gold. And the BSR season is go, go, go. So Gwyn, first few phases of a brand new season, what are the non-negotiables? What are the things that you really want from any team that you're in?
I think we could probably see trying to get a bit of territory from both teams. There's obviously going to be some big shots going in, send a physical message, but it looks like Leeds are going to play a bit as well, so that'd be good.
That's Matt Salisbury. He's tackled well. We have the first carry there from Ollie Malarkey. A lot of boys like to take a trip to the barbers before the new season. He obviously hasn't.
Always backwards.
Trip to the bog brush session in
Okay, lads, start using.
But he's in there, adding a bit of extra length. Alex Davis. First box kick, high ball challenge. Ben Bailey giving chase. Harry Simpson tackled in the air.
Number 2, timing in the air. Just gives a
little bit too keen, a little bit of adrenaline. So we'll have our first look
mate, thank you.
at the line-out set piece.
Yeah, top man. Come to me then, mate.
Well, that was nearly yours there, Gwyn. Do you know, in all my years, I've never had a rugby ball come into the commentary position.
Maybe today's the day, Dave.
Today
Maybe could be the day.
Might be the day. So Ross Sinclair. Hooker today. That's challenge, but comes back relatively cleanly. Annan, short ball. Good line, good carry and quick ball, and this is what Nottingham can really thrive on. Bit of space now for Calnan. One of the experienced men in the back line. See him pop up all over the centre's wing, full back throughout the season. Annan to the line, wants to go himself. Good tackle by Ben Bailey. Decent start this by Nottingham. Suggestion of a forward pass. Really confident start this by Nottingham. Little pump pass by Simpson. And they're making good meters. Comes to an end though.
Number 5, changing height.
It's really good phases from Nottingham there. It's trying to stretch the Leeds Beckett defence as well. Looks like they're getting into shape really well as well, so it's a real positive for them.
So I'm going to be relying on you throughout the day, as that is... Oh, brilliant! Oh, I thought he kept that in then, Harry Simpson. Turns out it's a fantastic touch finder. So I'm going to look into your outside half mind's eye now. You're Leeds Beckett, you're wearing the 10 jersey, you've got this line out here. What do you want?
Well, firstly, win the line-out ball.
Yes, priorities, yeah.
And then I think Beckett could potentially go for a maul, or they'll look to try and hit the big boy in the... Yeah, so they're going to...
Oh, it's a bit scruffy, and I think they've got away with one there, because Nottingham had pinched that ball. A dead around the fresher. Just a little bit butterfingered.
This will be interesting now to see who gets the nudge on in the scrum.
Finn McIntosh, Ross Sinclair and Fred Maher in the front row for Nottingham against Caleb Cujo, Ben Bailey.
Okay, lads, like
and
we
Charlie
talked about,
Keith.
stay high, stay connected, both sides forward, all right?
Owen Taylor gives his instructions. A lot of these lads with under-18 Premiership Academy experience.
Bind!
And this was an area where Leeds Beckett was so strong last year. They're getting a nudge on there too. Malarkey pops it up. Here's Parkin.
13, stop 13!
Little nudge in behind. Oh, is that taken back over? No. Close, mind.
Just feels like a little bit of a waste from Leeds there. You know, first opportunity to really send a message into the Nottingham 22 and, you know, kicking the ball away, slight waste potentially, but they'll get another chance off this goal line restart now.
Have you cracked a drop goal straight from a goal line restart yet?
Let's not get into that, Dave.
Well, no. There's Ollie Malarkey. I just think it's an interesting way of getting points on the board. Oh, that's 2 penalties at the breakdown. Nottingham have conceded now. That one not releasing. Now, are you going for the poles here, or are you...
I think, yeah, away from home, take the 3, get on the scoreboard, bit of confidence, and try and get a good exit. If he kicks it, that is.
Well, that is exactly what they're trying to do. Ben Parkin, vice-captain of the team, second-year student, former Yorkshire Academy. That's the Premiership Academy in that part of the world, of course, because there's no Yorkshire team in Premiership Rugby at the moment, which I find absolutely crazy given how many great clubs there are in the National League and how strong they are in youth rugby as well. It's a lovely buzz about the ground here. Over 1,000 spectators around the edges of Highfield. A few from Beckett have made the journey down too. Here's Parkin to open the scoring. 3 points on the board. Nottingham 0, Leeds Beckett 3. 6 minutes gone.
Nice little confidence booster for the 10 there. You know, bang smack in front of the post, but still 3 points. Hopefully gets a bit of confidence into the game now.
Well, that's their first jaunt into the 22 and they come away with something. Malarkey underneath the restart. Big dummy straight into Freddie Vaughan. He's gone full Ardy Surveyor on us there, hasn't he? Just as effective, I'm sure.
Don't do that. Okay, start using now. Always inside.
It's a great
clearance kick, yeah. Oh, there's a bit of afters there. Who's that getting stuck in just out of shot?
The big boys.
Yes. Set in the headband. That's Ben Glanville, isn't it, for Nottingham? And Caleb Cujo for Leeds Beckett. Keep an eye on that. Plenty of back rowers defending here for Leeds Beckett. Bit of 7-on-7 there as well. Not held. Oh, he was held.
There you go.
Potentially a little bit harsh then.
Well, 3 penalties conceded.
Floor,
and I wonder if this is... This looks a good carry.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Outside. All onside, your side, Kieran.
Either way, Beckett missed touch with the penalty. Here's Jody Devine.
Good shot.
Runs into 2 front rowers and there's no way through. Oh, good shot. Heavy collisions. Aaron Suggett. Another of the returning players in the engine room for Beckett.
There's a lot of space and down on the left corner if they just had a look up, Leeds.
Onside now.
Instead, they've kicked to compete. That's been knocked on.
Keep playing. Yeah, thanks, mate. Let's play advantage.
Oh, another good tackle. That time,
No
Ben
hands!
McIntosh.
Still playing scrum advantage, Beckett.
Gone back 25 metres.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, nothing. Let's go. It's always backwards, lads. Never a platform. Go again.
And it'll be the set scrum. I think the last one went well for Beckett, but then they went for that kick move on the first phase, and you'd have liked to see a bit more patience, Gwyn.
Yeah, I think so. Just try and build some phases.
Really good
you know,
sides. Okay,
see what Nottingham are about in defence a bit. Just try and understand where they are in their attack, and then, you know, if they keep ball and potentially get another penalty. You know, but we'll see what happens now.
Lawrence Adederan on the open side.
Crouch!
He's a fresher, former
Bind!
Tigers under 18.
Set! Stay high!
Has he been with you at Nottingham in the pre-season as well? Or is he?
Advantage.
Yeah, Lawrence has good ball carrier, very physical.
Oh, is that slightly overcooked? Where's it going to bounce? So we're going back for another shrill blast of the referee's whistle, but Beckett are quite keen on this early kick from the scrum.
Especially how they had a penalty advantage, and maybe the 10 didn't know, but it would be good just to see them try and get on the front foot, you know, even chuck the centre up down the middle, or just even have a look and see. I don't think they've really tested Nottingham out wide yet. So yeah, maybe they can potentially work on that going into the game.
Well, you want to see that. Let me tell you what I want to see. Just below us here, the Nottingham Knights, the cheerleaders. Oh, they missed touch again. They're practicing their lifts.
Simon! No, stop.
And I think maybe at half-time or full-time, we'll see if we can get you chucked up in one of those. What do you reckon?
What, by the cheerleaders?
By the cheerleaders,
By
yeah.
the cheerleaders. Well, we'll see now.
What are you at the moment? 88 kg?
Well, I'm enjoying my food at the moment, see, so.
Lean, mean and ready for the champ. 10 minutes in here, just the one Ben Parkin penalty separating the teams.
Over.
Both line-out set pieces looking really good. Here's Parkin. Louis Kirkham, the captain, heavy carry. Guthrie's there on the tip. Good line speed, led by Anand. Davis goes the other way. Again, opting for the kick here, trying to pin Nottingham in. Smart move. Again, they ignore the edge. They had Matt Gribben attacking that ball at pace.
Yeah, Nottingham don't seem like they're coming with a huge amount of line speed, just trying to usher them to the side. It's not a bad option to put it in behind and try and stick the pressure on Nottingham. Yeah, it's positive rugby from Beck, I'd say.
Lads, come on, bounce in.
Another good line-up ball. The target this time, Will Rampley.
Okay, 6, no
The former
change.
Saints under
Okay,
18.
out now, mate. That's once.
Oh, charge down, but straight back into Nottingham hands. Then a crossfield kick. Where's this going to bounce?
Okay, play on.
Oh, it's very Nottingham, and we like it. Good inside line. Cormac Halnan up over halfway. Those kind of unorthodox exits
Offside, they're all offside in the midfield.
that have become synonymous with Nottingham. And the pass taken down low. A rare jaunt over the halfway line now for Nottingham. That was Freddie Vaughan in at 12. Another good ball, another good line. And out there in the wide channel, Ross Sinclair.
No.
And when they're on the ball, Nottingham, they look sharp. Another gain line carry. Ben Glanville this time.
Clearly backwards.
Spitting out, lovely line. The offload good too. Finn McIntosh forward to Will Rampley. Oh, tight five forwards linking up in midfield, and it was close.
Oh, it's a lovely ball. It's a lovely rugby. Lovely delayed ball. I think it was off Jamie. And then, you know, a couple of tips from the big men. They can't just do the hard work up front. They can play a bit of rugby as well. It's lovely to watch.
He'll get up. Come on.
Well, they say styles make fights. Oh, it was a good offload. And Finn McIntosh not too far away.
He'll get up.
And a galloping Will Rampley. Well, he had some work to do, but is there anything better in rugby than a graceful giraffe making his way up the middle of the park?
Nothing better.
Reminds me of Hugh Sutton back in your day.
No, he was a giraffe. He was a giraffe.
Bye!
Doing very well
Right.
at Ospreys now.
Stay
Came off the bench
connection.
against Dragons in the season opener. It's a well-recovered scrum. Ollie Malarkey. Alex Davis. Now perhaps a little bit of width here. Lovely footwork. Ben Parkin breaks
No,
the first
too long.
tackle. Bit more intent
good
to that
decision.
from Beckett. Triggs.
Come off, 3!
Been impressed with this physicality by Nottingham in the middle of the park early on.
Simon's good.
Good fend.
Yes,
And
he's
the kick
onside,
and the
Nine's
chase.
onside.
Caleb Cujo the first there. Then Josh Law arrives.
Lads, both
Another one on
sides
his
of the breakdown,
BSR
people.
debut.
Start using.
Bit more life in the last 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, again, Leeds getting to the edge and putting a kick in behind. You know, and now Nottingham under pressure again. It's good. It's good rugby from Leeds.
Well, they're winning the territory battle.
Lads, hold.
Louis Hurd takes the high ball. Jody Devine thought he'd seen a bit of space in behind and then drifts around. Beautiful by Devine. He's going to chase his own kick here. Oh, and he's going to get there too. Is it down? Is it a try? Not this time! Or is it? The referee wants to talk to his assistant. But a real warning shot by Jody Devine. Will it be a 5-point one?
There's no knock-on. Backwards from green. It's also then
It's a lovely break.
purple. So unless you've got a clear knock-on, I'm happy to try. Backwards from purple.
Try's been awarded. Let's take a look at this. Jody Devine. Can we see a grounding? It's gone backwards off green. And then it is dotted down by Alex Davis on the chase. Now the controversy is, does Devine knock it on before Davis dots it down?
It's a tight one, isn't it?
Really tough for us to tell from this angle. It certainly came off the hand of Jody Devine, but it's the direction. But what a break by the 15.
Yeah, what a break. You know, just got on the outside, show and go. Lovely, lovely break.
Conversion on its way. He's at the beans on toast and it stays out. Nottingham 0, Leeds Beckett 8. 15 minutes gone here at Highfields.
I think Nottingham will just want to try and play some rugby down in Leeds half now. You know, go through the phases. They look really positive when they're on the ball. So just try and play a bit more rugby down in Leeds half, because they definitely have. Oh, that's a great start for Nottingham.
Lads, over to the 5. We'll take this line, lad. Not forward, line.
Well, from a Leeds Beckett perspective, scoring that try, all you want to do is exit, but instead they pile the pressure on. Happens to every team over the season. Good field position now, full width to work with for Nottingham.
I can imagine Freddie Vaughan will be looking straight at 10 here. There won't be a lot of passes in between here. I think he can put his head down and see what happens.
Play away, mate, play away.
Oh, there's pressure on here. Alex Davis does well. And Leeds Beckett get out of jail.
I'm not sure what that's for, to be honest.
Okay, angles are fine. 1, hand in the scrum.
Oh.
Well, that's on the opposite side to us, so
Green
that's why
6,
we didn't
hand
see
in.
what it was for.
I've never seen I would have liked to seen the prop trying to scoop that ball back. That would have been quite entertaining for me.
Well, I'm aware that there'll be a few of you here watching university rugby for the first time, maybe rugby for the first time. So when the referee said 1, he means Finn McIntosh, the loose head prop. The loose head prop's on the left-hand side, so on the far side of our camera angle, so he didn't see his sticky mitts trying to scoop that ball back. But it's amazing what they think they can get away with, particularly so close to the assistant referee. More good ball off the top by Suggett. Parkin, Hurd, Salisbury, Jody Devine round the outside again. He's got a 2-on-1 here, but sticks hold. Oh, Josh Law would have had a great chance if one more pass had found the hands. Now some space. Ben Bailey gallops into it. He's chopped down low. Charlie Keith in support. And this time it's Nottingham who win the penalty at the breakdown.
Big opportunity down on the open side there. 2-on-1. Could have had a good look at the try line there, the winger, but you know, Nottingham get away with it and now look to build some pressure in the Leeds half.
It's a good game, this.
It is a good game. End-to-end stuff, really, isn't it?
Certainly is. 18 on the clock. No points on the board for Nottingham yet here. It's the headliner in association with Red Bull. BUCS Super Rugby, round 1. The first game of the men's season. The women kicked off a couple of weeks ago. up in Edinburgh. Heartbreak, the defending champions, getting a win away.
No. Yeah, good. More.
And away come Nottingham.
No tackle.
Louis Guthrie missing the tackle. Lawrence Adederan continuing his sharp start. Good beginning to life in green and gold. Oh, Louis Kirkham cleared out there.
Nottingham just struggling to build some pressure down in Leeds half at the moment. Go through the phases. When they have the ball and they get that go forward, they look so dangerous, but I think they're just struggling at the moment to get that go forward and go through the phases.
They've looked good in that middle third, but not really put much pressure on the Beckett 22 in these opening 20 minutes. So your BUCS Super Rugby crossover didn't really come up this far, did it? What was your favourite and least favourite away grounds to play at?
Favourite, probably either Cardiff or Cardiff Met. That was always a good local derby. Nothing beats a local derby.
Close as well.
Yeah. Close. Least favourite. Could be Durham or Exeter.
Long drives.
Long drives and also.
Oh, what a kick!
22's on.
Oi, close.
Get back in, move!
And also
move,
Durham
move.
hollow drift. Like, what a kick! Oh my
Great
goodness!
kick.
Still alive.
Leeds have just got the momentum at the moment, haven't they? They're just on top. Just Nottingham need to find a way back into the game and build up some momentum.
Talking about long trips.
That's really, really good.
The Women's National League is now BUCS
Keep
Super
doing that.
Rugby Women, and Exeter and Edinburgh are in the same division. That is a trek, isn't it?
We are,
Goodness
don't
me.
worry.
You can get to France or Spain quicker.
That could be a flight, couldn't it?
Yeah,
surely the
absolutely.
uni's going to help out there.
So a few years ago, Exeter got Northumbria in the quarterfinals in BUCS Super Rugby, and they booked flights to fly into Newcastle, and the administrator booked them for the wrong day. So they got the bus to Bristol, then had to get the bus back to Exeter to get the bus from Exeter to Newcastle. Brutal. Oh, lovely pick-up. Ollie Malarkey, great hands. Salisbury, Kirkham, forward pass. Yeah, that, because Exeter to Bristol's no joke.
No.
So to do Exeter, Bristol, Exeter, Newcastle.
Yeah, tough.
You need
Very tough.
you need a full phone battery for that one, don't you? Another look at the scrum set piece here. Still 8-0. The try, Alex Davis, the man who touched it down. I'm looking forward to seeing another replay of that.
Crouch! Bind!
Lovely
Set!
clean break from Jodie Devine to lead to it. Here come Nottingham.
Okay, 13's onside.
Dabbing that one into space. Needs a good bounce.
Touch!
That's been knocked on. And then he played it on the floor. Some referees might give that as a penalty.
Not a bad option from Jamie, I don't think. Bit of space in behind, unlucky bounce. Could have probably put it a little bit shorter, but still. Good attacking platform for Nottingham now. Be interesting to see what they run.
What have you noticed has changed about your game, where you had to adapt in your game, moving from BUCS Super Rugby into playing in the Championship, first with Anthill and now with Nottingham?
I think the majority of the time in BUCS Super Rugby is quite loose. It's a lot of good attacking rugby. And then obviously the Championship is more... I think there's a lot more control, a lot more focus on set piece. So obviously having good control of the game is a lot more important in the Champ. That's a great kick.
Needs a bounce. Certainly put Devine back. He clears up the tram lines.
Yeah, all on.
That's Anand underneath it. They run that into contact. Oh, Josh Law maybe a little bit high. Referee says play on. Rampley looking to free the hands. Instead it's quick ball. Oh, good shot. Charlie Keith gets down low. That's a real rib tickler. Sweeting spins. Fred Marr. Malarkey, that nice and quick. Good ball across the face, so Byrne. Good ruck speed this from Nottingham. You can go again, straight down the middle.
Backwards, clearly backwards.
Loose ball, so a little nudge for Devine to deal with. Awkward ball.
Move, Leeds, move!
Space in behind. Oh, nicely done, Harry Simpson. Now, Leeds Beckett offside, nobody retreating. And this is a slight tweak to a rule, and I think in these first few weeks of the season we're going to see quite a lot of these penalties.
Yeah, definitely. It's probably a rule that some of the players aren't actually familiar with, or actually know, probably may potentially even know the rule of. So yeah.
So this is... Some people might think it sounds like a brag. It's actually down to the fact that, that you need to do a lot to make a living. But in the last week, I've done Super Rugby Cymru, BUCS Super Rugby, URC, and BUCS Super Rugby, URC. Oh, and Welsh Colleges, Schools and Colleges League, right? And in every single game, there have been multiple penalties for this offence. Now, the DuPont law, if you will, where once the kick goes up, the players have to retreat before they can go forward, and that is the first one in this game. Lawrence away into the 22 now.
Over. Leave it now. Leave it now. Leave
Nottingham
it now.
build inside the 22. Oh, it's a little bit scrappy, and Cornford gets swallowed.
Okay, let it come, Leeds.
Good defending from Beckett. Has to slow that ball down.
Blindside's on. Oh, not anymore.
Oh, they had a bit of a mismatch there, forwards against backs for a second. Instead, it's
not how, no!
Tries to peel around the corner. Oh, that's come off a hand. Referee says
knock on only, knock on.
Not backwards.
He's on the ball, but we've got the knock on in the tackle. Knock on only.
It's another decent carry there from Lawrence Adediran at 7. He's low centre of gravity, looks like a slippery little eel.
Yeah, he did pre-season with Nottingham as well, and really powerful ball carrier, and will have a big impact on Nottingham today.
Oh, good lad. Cheers, mate.
That's Ollie Malarkey, who's down waiting for the medical staff.
I feel like Leeds have done the old Kit-Kat call here. Slow the game a bit. Slow the game a bit down.
That was the knock on, and that's a good fend there down low from Adediran. And then straight away, Ollie Malarkey over that ball. But we were playing advantage, yes. The Kit-Kat call, take a break. I often wonder if these injuries are leg injuries or lung injuries, to be honest. But the first game of the season, 26 minutes in, they'll have done Broncos, they'll have done run-in, they'll have done pre-season games, but none of that really prepares you for how tough that opening half an hour is.
I think every rugby player will agree that you can do all the running, all the fitness, all the pre-season, but nothing compares to that first run out, the first league game or the first hit out that you have. Yeah, it's tough, but the boys will battle for him, sure.
Oh, they certainly will. And this is what they do it all for. Welcome everyone, if you're just tuning in. BUCS Super Rugby, Game 1, Week 1, Nottingham in the Beckett 22, yet to trouble the scorers.
Set!
Jamie Annan waits. And Annan gets. That's Vaughan. Oh, lovely inside ball, what a line! Will Derbyshire! Under the posts for Nottingham. Strike move, first phase, a beauty to get the first points of the season.
Lovely ball from Freddie. Well executed move, try under the sticks. Nottingham back in the game though.
Oh, fresher, first appearance. Let's take a look at the replay. What do you like about this?
It's a lovely ball from Freddie. Lovely line from the winger as well. Yeah, it's a great move.
Nottingham 7, Leeds Beckett 8, game back on here. Talk to me about moves like that, because they're quite intricate. Nottingham are lucky that they've got two players in Anand and Vaughan in midfield that can handle the ball well. They're not expecting an inside ball. But are those the kind of backs moves that you'll practice in training, but you need to refresh all the time, because if it works once or doesn't work once, then all of a sudden the opposition are wise to it, aren't they?
Yeah, I think especially, you know, left-hand side scrum plays with the 9 on the blind side. Left-hand scrums are probably the most, you know, the best attacking scrums, especially when we get into the 22. You like to attack down the 10 channel. Yeah, it's just a really well-played move.
Start using Nottingham! Just wait.
And if you're Will Derbyshire and you're a fresher, this is your BSR debut, you will be absolutely buzzing after that. Well played, young man.
Push. Use!
7-8 back in the balance. Charlie Keith gets his head down.
Back feet, please, both sides. Start using Leeds.
The old Beckett Barmy Army's gone a bit quiet now, hasn't it?
They have. Oh, it's been knocked on.
From Green, backwards.
No, it hasn't. But play on. Fast game's a good game. Another good Glanville carry.
No, play.
He's been a good blunt force object for Nottingham in this opening half an hour. Parkin.
Back in movement!
What none of these players can accuse the referee of is not telling them exactly what he wants. He's barking those orders, he's telling them to retreat off the kick.
Yeah, it's hard for a ref to get everything right, isn't it? 50th game though, experienced man on the whistle. So,
speaking of referees, James Cherry's fourth official today.
James Cherry.
Yep.
Loves his rugby.
Oh boy, does he love his rugby.
Mr. Nottingham.
Great to hear from him at the top of the show as well. Surprised he didn't ask us to put a headset on him so he could do co-coms as well.
Now.
He's probably put a mic or something somewhere.
Yeah.
Tackle!
Slow ball, well rescued. That's a good carry.
No, not enough.
Beckett thought for a second they'd got a turnover. Could be some space here. Oh, delayed ball, a little bit too hot for Calnan.
Knock forward, lads, you've got the option then. Lads, scrum all line.
Not scared to explore the edges though, Nottingham, are they?
No, it's a hard one, isn't it? Because there was space out there. But, you know, they've just scored a try. Can they try and get back into Leeds half and, you know, put a bit of pressure on? But still
in the balance, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
We're up over half an hour gone now. 1 point game. And this time it's Leeds Beckett with the attacking opportunity. Scrum 5 metres in from touch.
Keep working.
Plenty of depth on the back line too.
Crouch!
Ben Parkin.
Wouldn't be surprised if Leeds try and get a little nudge on in the scrum here.
Oh. Instead it was Nottingham who looked a bit stronger in the scrum than they have. Here's Davis on the wraparound, throws the dummy and held up by Jamie Anand. This could be more.
Tackle now, come off! Yeah, good work, Tan, thank you.
You don't see many 10s tackling 9s leading to a maul turnover, do you? Doesn't happen very often.
Carried in.
Parkin.
On the way down for me.
It is physical out there, especially in this middle third.
Okay, lads, this will be carried in. Back feet, boys, please. Start using.
Davis.
Leeds are a bit loose if Nottingham can get some.
All depends on this. Oh, it's been dropped as well. Harry Simpson.
Advantage.
It's back with Beckett.
He's on the ball, but we've got the knock on.
Oof. Kick was right on the money.
I'll tell you what now.
So again, with those kicks, less box kicks, less so with you as an outside half. But when you're putting those challenging bombs up, what's your margin for error? Because ideally, you literally want it to land just outside the 22. But what kind of things do you put in place to make sure that you don't overcook them?
Well, practice. Probably. Practice is probably the main one. You know, it was a great kick from the 9, just outside the 22, like you said, and forced the error. They've lost their momentum in their half, and now they have a great attacking opportunity.
Because it's a real momentum killer when that kick is overbaked, isn't it? And the mark goes up, and the whole team just goes, ugh.
Yeah. I've had that before, Dave.
Here's Jody Devine, stepping back inside, no one to offload to. Oh, Nottingham. Just looking for the counter ruck there and coming in at the side.
East and west, but he's taken the long option out of the tackle zone to effect the clear out. Ain't got number 14 it is.
Cormac Calnan just seeing the ball there and getting a bit excited. Wasn't far off. So opting for the posts, looking to build a score. I think realising that scoring opportunities are at a premium, so trying to take something from every visit they can. Parkin, never in doubt, and Leeds Beckett up to 11.
It's not a bad outcome for Leeds, I don't think. Nottingham will be a bit disappointed in their exit. Obviously just scoring a try, getting back into the game. And now Leeds have come away with 3, which is a positive for them.
They're going to make a change here. Leeds Beckett. Bringing on Abdul Al-Kareem. He's coming on for Louis Guthrie. Al-Kareem, Bath Academy. He made his Bath debut in the Prem Cup last season. He came on for Sam Underhill in one of the most bonkers games, 43-42 against Northampton Saints.
He looked like a big boy.
Yeah, covers lock, covers back row. And if you're a first up tackler, you probably don't want to give him 10 metres.
It's the old run sideways, your man.
Drift.
Wait till it's gone.
He's actually leading the defensive line here. But it's a good ball to try and get in behind, and there could be some space here for Nottingham, but it's been picked up. And Gribben is going to stroll into the corner. The last-ditch tackle doesn't get there. Leeds Beckett straight off scoring the penalty, get their second try, and Matt Gribben gets his first of the season.
It's a lovely read from the... Is it the winger? Yeah, lovely read from the winger. And has the legs to go and score. Leeds on top now.
Just looking to find that edge, weren't they?
Oh. It's a great read. It's a great read. You thought potentially could have got caught, but no. He's got in and a great finish.
Yeah, good effort from Jamie Annan, but Gribben quick enough.
Well, we should use that ball, but here and the doctor's kicked it away. We'll wait for that one, mate.
Proper Yorkshire boy, 5th-year student now.
That's the one we've been playing with, but...
Leodengians, Roundesians, all excellent clubs from around the area.
Time on.
And this a real advantage for Beckett now if they can nudge this conversion over. Parkins kicked well, 2 penalties, hit the post to the previous conversion.
He looked like he struck the last one, the last penalty nicely.
Got the legs. Oh, what a nudge. That takes Beckett up to 18, takes Parkin up to 8.
Nottingham have just got to find a way back into the game now. They've got to try and get a good kick-off, put loads of pressure on, and then have a good return of play, and try and pick up some points before the end of half.
Well, this is a league where you've got to take your opportunities. Leeds
Lads,
Beckett took that first one. Jody Devine with that clean break. That's a good kick to compete, and it's going to be Nottingham ball. Well, that is something Beckett are going to have to improve on. Here's their kick receipt, because Nottingham have been able to put them under pressure a couple of times now.
It's not forward on the floor, we've got to stand up back there.
Well, Beckett will be kicking themselves, won't they?
Yeah, exactly that. It was similar to Nottingham. You know, they've just scored, and now here come Nottingham, and with a outstanding opportunity to get some points. Oh, he hasn't put it in the corner.
He didn't have much space, but he'd have liked a few more metres than that. Ross Sinclair, first job, find the man. Goes to the front, and Will Rampley. Beckett have come through to try and spoil there. Louis Kirkham's making a nuisance of himself.
That's once!
And where's that ball? Oh, they've just about scrambled it back, have they?
Played immediately.
Oh, yes, they have. They've actually done well there. Nudging behind, off a Beckett boot, could be more trouble here. Oh, that fly hack has come back green, and Harry Simpson chased well by Louis Hurd. And Beckett win the penalty.
Number 15's got his
It's just
leg
the
over
same.
top of the
Nottingham
ball,
haven't
holding
been
on.
able to go through the phases in. I don't think they've been in the 22 yet, have they? Apart from when they scored. It's just Leeds. They've just done the basics well, I think, and spent more time down in Nottingham's half.
Well, that slow ball was a killer, wasn't it, from the breakdown, and then you get Freddie Vaughan looking for a speculative nudge in behind.
There was definitely space in the backfield. Potentially a good option, but just the execution.
Well, they could find themselves staring down 13 unanswered points here. The scoreboard has moved from 8-7 to 18-7, and now, as we approach half-time, a reminder that our clock's pretty accurate, but not entirely linked in with the referee's watch. Here's Ben Parkin. A fair way out. Right in front of the sticks. The trusty left boot goes through it. Oh, 3 more on the board. Great kick. Half-time, Nottingham 7, Leeds Beckett 21. And with half an hour gone, this looked like an excellent contest that is in the balance. Minutes 30 to 40 belonging to the visitors in purple. And now Nottingham, in their headliner, in their opening home game of the season, in a spot of bother. Half-time here at Highfields, Nottingham 7, Leeds Beckett 21. Now, we'll take a look at the highlights shortly, but Gwyn Parks, your thoughts on what we've seen in that opening 40 minutes?
I mean, Leeds have done well, but I think it's come off a lot of Nottingham mistakes. I think Leeds have done really well in terms of the territory. They've pinned Nottingham.
Well, let's take a look at some of the highlights of that half, starting with the opening 3 points. And we questioned Beckett to begin with because they kicked the ball away early, but as the half's gone on, that's clearly part of a game plan to try and make Nottingham play in their own half.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Nottingham fullback has dropped a couple, which has given Leeds a chance. It's a lovely break from the fullback here, and then finishing in a lovely.
So who's?
Oh, I don't know about that. We don't have the angle there, but ref gave it at the end of the day. And then from there, Nottingham, they scored another penalty.
Well, looking at the body language there, initially it looked like Jody Devine got the touch, but there wasn't too much remonstration from Will Rampley. So the referee and his assistant in a good spot. And this was where Nottingham came straight back, made it 8-7, and a lovely first phase move.
Yeah, see, it's just direct as well. They're just looking to be direct, and it's pretty basic at the end of the day. And I felt like they could have done that a bit more in the half, be a bit more direct. Freddie is a big boy, and he knows that. could they have just got in the game by a bit of front foot ball from him potentially? But Leeds have done, they've done really well to, almost scramble off Nottingham's mistakes.
Well, that was 8-7. And it looked as though Nottingham were going to start to build into the game. They've gone for something else on first phase here. And Matt Gribben was right in the passing channel, but still had work to do.
Yeah, definitely, and it's a great finish from him. Potentially a bit of scoreboard pressure from Nottingham, potentially forcing the pass. But you can't take anything away from the finish. It's a great finish from the winger.
Well, they scored a couple of tries. Ben Parkin is kicking beautifully. And at half-time here, it's Nottingham 7, Leeds Beckett 21.
It's more than just a game.
It's community.
It's support.
It's culture.
It's mental health.
It's friendship.
It's for your mind.
Action on the pitch, but off the pitch here at Nottingham. Rosie and Matty are going to tell us all about the great work they do with Rugby Minds here. Rosie, you're closest, so you can start. Give us a brief synopsis of what it's all about, then we'll take a sort of deeper dive into what you're getting up to.
So Rugby Minds is a campaign that we started in 2021. It's to try better the welfare, the environment and the culture of rugby at the University of Nottingham.
Excellent. It's talked about a lot, so what are you actually doing here to put it into fruition?
Yeah, so the kind of first port of call for us in a year is the consent workshops that we run. These are like our key initiative where we get the whole of the men's club, all the freshers who are new, and we have a little discussion with them, and it's all no pressure, no telling everybody this is what to do. It's all just kind of a positive discussion. But we really do provide a range of things. This year we've got women's health in sport talks planned, and strapping for the guys who don't necessarily get the performance benefits that everyone in the performance squad would. So yeah, it's a busy year, I think.
What kind of response are you getting then?
A highly positive one. I mean, we've got a lot of people asking what we've got coming up this year, and we've got a lot of planned, and I think we're really trying to see if we can make this expand even further than just the University of Nottingham.
Well, with people who are asking what you've got coming up this year, what have you got coming up this year?
As Matty mentioned, consent workshops, a lot of workshops on women's health. We're really trying to grow the women's game, so encouraging people to come down and watch us, because we've got some great women playing at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's the key thing for us, really, that overarches all of this, is the relationship between the men's and the women's clubs. So they've just come to the end of a pre-season block where we've had some of the ones boys come down and help coach, and yeah, it's been really good to see their environment, and then hopefully we can gain a bit back from them, even though we're kind of the ones coaching.
You're talking about progress there and growth, and that's not just in terms of Nottingham, but maybe up and down the country there. You said right at the beginning that it's something that you'd like to expand beyond these East Midlands boundaries. If anyone did want to find out more, or did want to expand, or maybe start something like this at their club or college or university, how would they go about doing that? How can they contact you? How can they ask you some questions?
I mean, definitely our Instagram is probably the place to go. It's got all the information of what we are, and we would love to have conversations with people about, setting it up further.
Yeah. And the Instagram is?
UN Rugby Minds.
As simple as that. Final message for the fans?
Come get involved.
I always feel as though I'm throwing them under the bus for that, because I don't brief them, but thank you for your time. Thank you for all the great work. Make sure you do check them out on Instagram, and this is a little bit more information about Rugby Minds.
What do you feel like you could see changing in the men's club? What would you want to change in the men's club?
I'd like to see more calling out, just like you said. I'd like to see more people taking their own initiative and thinking that that's not right. Hi, I'm Abe Turner. I'm a member of the men's rugby club. I'm a male, straight, heterosexual. Yeah, that's me.
Hey, I'm Zila, otherwise known as Z. I'm part of the women's rugby club. My pronouns are she, her, and I am a lesbian.
Have you had negative experiences as part of the women's rugby club or any other sports society in the uni?
Within my club, I have never had an issue. I've always felt welcome at UNWRC, always. Within uni, yes, mainly to do with sports clubs in particular, probably men in clubs. A lot of that can sometimes get quite toxic. With aggressive situations, sometimes people will then turn on my sexuality. So if a guy is being inappropriate towards a girl and I step in, I'll then be called a slur because of the way I obviously look, and stuff like that. I've been called a few homophobic terms towards men because people in clubs often think I'm a guy. So the F slur is thrown around at me a lot, and especially on Crisis, which is obviously our big sports night out. That's when most of my issues arise from.
What does it mean for you to be in part of a club that supports you?
Everything to the sport as a whole, my ability to partake in it. I joined rugby partially because it is a team sport. And if the environment is off, especially for stuff like personal things like sexuality and people judging you for things that you can't control, that would 100% change the entire experience. And I think it could even go as far to affect people's play. I know a lot of people who quit sports teams because they don't feel supported in any aspect, and that's just not what we want, especially in our rugby club. What about you?
I agree. I think I like what you say about it rubs off on the way that you play. I think rugby is a big sport of confidence, and if you're constantly being hindered in how you feel by the things that people are saying about your own sexuality, then you're never going to feel confident. But there's so much more to life than playing rugby, and it's just we've got to be in a supportive environment, and that's what I think that the rugby club is here. So what kind of things would you like to see stamped out from the rugby culture in the women's or in the men's or in rugby in general?
I think first off, a lot of stereotyping. I know I don't exactly help that stereotype for obvious reasons, but I think I have heard a lot of people start to feel a bit left out in certain aspects because of the image that is usually associated with women's rugby. And also the biggest thing I'd like to stamp out, especially from the men's club, as you know, you hear stories, is certain.
Well, they're doing incredible work with Rugby Minds, and they're looking to continue to spread that gospel around the country as well. So if you like what you see, then make sure that you do follow them on social and keep spreading the good word and the good work that they do in the community. The second half is underway. Well, Gwyn Parks, let's go through both teams. What do you want to see from Nottingham in the first few minutes of this half? They go for it again. Josh Law closing the gap. And Beckett win the penalty. Well, that is exactly what you didn't want to see, and what you do want to see from Beckett is continuing in the vein, creating opportunities and adding to this scoreboard. I'll be very surprised if this one doesn't go for the polls.
Lads, let's be clear, there's 6
Yeah, they just seem like they've got a lot of energy. You know, the kick chase there, they're flying, they're working hard, and then they've caught Nottingham, and now they're going to go for the corner now. Yeah, it's really positive from them, but it's just bit more control from Nottingham, I think. You know, play down there, put the pressure on Leeds. They are taking the free now. That's how I think they're going to get back into the game. Don't try and force it too much. There's plenty of time on the clock. Just try and get down there and, you know, put a bit of pressure on Leeds, because it doesn't feel like they've been under a huge amount of pressure at the moment.
7:21. I was very surprised to not see the tee come on initially, because this takes it beyond 2 converted scores, gives them a little bit of breathing space. And this to take Ben Parkin up to 14 points. Another good strike. 2 flags go up. The first points of the second half go Leeds Beckett's way. 7:24.
He's kicking well off the tee, isn't he? Nottingham just need to get down into the Leeds 22. I'd go long off this kick. Oh, they've gone short.
But they never do it the orthodox way, do they, Nottingham? Tell you what, this is impressive from Beckett, because something we don't see very often in BUCS Super Rugby is pragmatic building of a score.
Yeah.
And they've done that really well. Often they chase after tries.
Oh, it's just silly. Silly boys.
Don't count at me.
They're just trying to force their way back into the game at the moment.
Right.
Oh, he's been done for back chat.
So Conor O'Byrne, Nottingham number 8, is counting at the referee. The referee asked him not to. He's conceded the penalty. And then having conceded the penalty, he's still doing it now, look. He's chatted back to Owen Taylor, who's given Beckett another 10 metres, and then he's walked away shaking his head. But he needs to dust that off here, doesn't he? Because he's got a job to do.
Yeah, look, Nottingham need to pull their heads together, and they need to go for a big D set now and get this ball back. That's got to be their main focus. And on the flip side, Leeds have got to keep doing what they're doing, keep playing down here, keep putting pressure on Nottingham, because they will make force errors like they have been.
So other than that change in the first half with Al Kareem coming on, no change for either team at half-time. Scrappy line-up ball. Ben Bailey come away with it and set the platform here for Leeds Beckett in a great spot. Cujo tips that on to Charlie Keith. The big men go into work. Ben Parkin. Short ball, good tackle.
No hands! Keep working.
Again, Beckett just looking energised.
Good line speed.
No, 3-3!
Flies off the line. Ben Parkin. Cujo again. Oh, picked up and dumped down. Great tackle. Led by Ross Sinclair. Him and Ben Elsley.
Fine. He's fine. Let it come, let it come.
Good turnover. Conor O'Byrne, now Fred Margos.
Oh, it's a penalty to Nottingham. Yeah.
And that's the intent. And that's a big play from Conor O'Byrne. He's the one who conceded the penalty, then the 10 metres. And he's come straight back there with a great jackal turnover.
Yeah, it's great work from the 8. Obviously that little incident, he's put it out of his head, and he's come back and made a turnover for his team. And now they're inside Leeds 22. It's just trying to go through the phases now and try and come away from some points. With some points.
Oh, there's a nice bit of cat flat backdoor action there as well. And Fred Marr helping himself to Ben Parkin's chin.
Yeah, let's play.
To the maul they go. Ross Sinclair there. And then a Dediran comes away, drifts, and he's dealt with by Ben Parkin. Quick ball. Oh, Sweeting.
Yeah.
It's Hyde. Lost his footing on the way in.
Has he got head contact? Okay, that's fine. It's indirect then.
But that is a bit high, and I think the fact that he was on his way down probably rescued him there.
7.
Tommy Triggs, the man.
11.
Their Nottingham voices are coming true now, aren't they? Over the other side.
Good numbers here.
That's right on it. That's right on it.
That's an excellent kick as well.
Right on it.
There's a fair few people down this side, isn't there? You know.
Yeah, we can see that smattering over on the far side. Probably after a free Red Bull because they've seen a tent. But on the side that we're on, some great spots. Well, Guthrie's back on. Big chance now for Nottingham. Ross Sinclair. Team could really do with this. They find Rampley. And now they go to work. Sinclair there at the back.
4, go!
Still opting for the big men. Cornford.
7, no.
He's got his hands on this. Kirkham told to leave it. Vaughan. Good forward carry by Vaughan.
Advantage.
Crashed forward by Rampley. Another penalty advantage. These penalties, well, they're ramping up. That's 3 now that Beckett have conceded in quick succession. And they're all for high tackles as well, so I wonder if we might be having a conversation here from Owen Taylor to Kirkham.
You're all right, mate. Lads, 5 again, please, 5 again.
You were saying don't do something then. What do you not want them to do?
No, I just think, you know, they look good when they're coming around the corner. Nottingham need to try and speed this ball up. They need to keep the ball in play. It just feels like Leeds want the game to slow down a bit. You know, they're up by a fair few, and I just feel like a little tap and go and getting to phase play could have been the option then, but we'll see. We'll see what happens now.
Well, Beckett have done a tremendous job to slow things down, and they have intercepted that line out. They took a gamble on the middle ball.
Okay, lads, back feet, please.
And it's paid off. Pinned down in that far corner.
Okay, let's go.
Davis.
8, no!
To clear. Doesn't quite get it out of the 22 though, so the danger not clear yet for the visitors.
I think, I'm not going to say the game, but I think it is very important that Nottingham come away with some sort of points now.
Lads, step off,
there's still plenty of time, but I feel like this is just a big moment in the game for them.
So Leeds Beckett still need 2 tries. Oh, that'll frustrate. That'll frustrate Nottingham, winning the line.
That was the Leeds Beckett boys, I think, threw the ball on the pitch. Tactical, slow the game down.
Short numbers in the line out here then for Nottingham. Will Rampley has been the target. They go for him again, and this time they're off the top. Annan to the line. A dead run. Dealt with. Glanville. Plenty of Beckett boys there, and a little snike through the middle. That's the lock, Rampley. Much better from Nottingham. O'Byrne in at scrum half. Glanville offered himself again.
No.
So space to the right-hand side here if they want to go that way, and they do. Here's Vaughan. Parkin just adds his weight to the tackle, makes him tough to drag. Finn McIntosh. Now Fred Marr. Good line speed by Beckett. Louis Guthrie. He's going through a lot of hard yards at the moment, Will Rampley. Offering himself. Oh, good shot. Hooker on Hooker. Bailey on Sinclair. And again, Leeds Beckett have done such a good job of slowing Nottingham down. And they need to get some momentum from somewhere. Where does it come from? Simpson throws the dummy.
Never onside.
Another penalty advantage. Chance for Nottingham to maybe roll the dice.
Good turnover, but we've got 10, never onside. Never onside.
It's better from Nottingham. It's better when they go through the phases, they keep the ball. It's a lot better for them. It's more positive. I'm surprised like this will go into the corner, and hopefully they can get over.
Take the 5 then, boys.
It's 4 second-half penalties in a row now.
Yeah, you if you were Jamie, you would be in the refs here, wouldn't you? You know, four penalties in the red zone.
Well, I would, yeah, but he's more polite than me.
Just hit the line before you go.
Really important line out. Leeds Beckett managed to pinch the last one, but don't compete for this one. Up goes Rampley, and to the maul they go. Sinclair takes it on. Ross Sinclair, Beckett driving this towards the line. Freddie Vaughan runs a line and knocks it on. Oh, he was through. The ball just behind him, and Beckett survived.
Let's get off.
Oh, it's frustrating, isn't it? Yeah, it's one of them. One good line. Potentially the pass a bit behind.
Yeah, you can just see him eyeing it up, can't you? He knows exactly where he's going with it.
Just slightly behind, picking on the 10 as well, trying to pick up soft shoulders. Great line, just unlucky.
Half an hour to go. The score remains Nottingham 7, Leeds Beckett 24. And so far, so good for the visitors. So Aaron Suckett coming off.
All the way through,
Leeds
boys.
Beckett
really good.
rotating this second row quite well.
Fine! Hold! Stay there, mate, stay there.
I'm putting a bit of pressure on here. Who's that popped up?
Get
It's Ross
used.
Sinclair's popped up out of the front row. And Ollie Malarkey
No hands,
tries
no!
to go
No
up the short
hands!
side. He runs out of space.
Hey, bail out, boys, thank you. Okay, start using.
Beckett just struggling a bit to get out of this coughing corner.
Not affecting anything, it's not been touched.
It's a good
either.
kick.
Much better kick this time.
It's not been touched, it's not even ball, mate.
Well, he's made nearly 40 metres there out of nothing.
Right, it's arm on the
Brilliant
leg,
kick
boys.
from Alex Davies.
Nottingham just needs to get a bit of tempo into the game now. Like, they're walking to the line out. Needs a bit of urgency.
Yeah, it feels as though it's the kind of game where you need a star to put their hand up, and if they get the one try, then everyone else will get energy off that. But at the moment, it's Leeds Beckett who are energising themselves off their defence. Oh, I'm giving you your 25-minute notice, by the way. You're on BUCS Super Rugby Man of the Match duty today, so we'll start to talk about that in a bit. Here come Nottingham again. Short ball, good line, Sweeting into the 22. First time we've seen him get in behind. Simpson. Adediran flirting with the touchline. Devine can't drive him there. Nottingham back into the 22. Good line, Glanville.
No,
Hands on that by Kirkham. Oh, just lost his footing. And over go Nottingham. It's Will Rampley.
It's lovely rugby. They've just kept hold of the ball. They've lovely line break to get us going. Kept hold of the ball, worked it down the open side, come back, and big try from the big man.
Well, it's Will Rampley who has put his hand up for pretty much every carry that he can. You talked about the good line that Freddie Vaughan ran. What about this line from Rampley, the big man? Trying to spot a soft shoulder. He's a tough man to stop from there.
Oh, it's a lovely line. It's a lovely line.
Oh, they needed that.
It's not about what you're saying, Matt. I just didn't need it then, pal. All right.
And that is
still plenty of time as well. I think there's about half an hour on the clock. It's just what Nottingham needed. I think it's game on now. And he's kicked the kick as well.
Well, he is 2 for 2. Nottingham 14. Leeds Beckett 24. Yeah, good game of rugby. Next score, absolutely massive. Again, if you're tuning in watching BUCS Super Rugby for the first time, you get 4 points for a win, 0 for a defeat. If your defeat is within 7 points, 7 points or fewer, you get a losing bonus point. And if you score 4 tries or more, you get a try bonus as well. So you can walk off in defeat, but still with 2 points. If the game were to end now, Beckett would get 4, Nottingham would get none. But if they could pick up another 3 points, they'd get that losing bonus point, but they want more. Tell you what, there's another league now where you've got your try bonus, so you get a 5-point win if you score 4 tries. Then if you win by more than 15 points, you get another bonus as well, so you can get a 6-point win.
It definitely encourages attacking rugby, doesn't it?
And also play until the end as well. So I did a game in that league on Thursday, so it won't take you long to work out what the league is. And the winning team scored with the last play to not only get their try bonus, but their win bonus as well. So they went from 4 to 6 in the 83rd minute. Great fun. Oh, Nottingham have pinched that. Oh, now. Oh, Louis Guthrie nearly forcing them all. And Suggett concedes the penalty. And discipline cost Nottingham in the first half, and it could be costing Beckett in the second half here.
I was just about to say, it just feels like Leeds have done well to slow down the game so far, but very similar to Nottingham in the first half. A couple of cheap penalties and struggling to get out of their own half. And it just feels like Nottingham have got that momentum now. Yeah, and a lovely attacking position for them to play off now.
Some forward pack reinforcements coming on for Nottingham. Kieran Perkins, another fresher, coming on for debut. He's wearing 19, Sammy Lee wearing 20. And the industrious Ben Glanville is up there. He and Will Rampley looking real hard grafters in this pack. Freddie Vaughan, to the line they go. Oh, it's a good tackle there by Al Kareem.
No hands!
Just as Jamie Annan was trying to drift around. Michael Cantle replacement hooker.
Move!
Important phases in this game. Picked up off the toes and drilled into Derbyshire. 1 try for him already. Loitering out there on the left wing. Oh, good shot. That is Charlie Keith on Kieran Perkins. Welcome to the layer cake, son. Well, the referee doing a good job there. Ben Bailey taking a bump to the head, and he's just brought the game to a standstill immediately.
It's definitely the right call from the ref. It's just a bit of a killer for Nottingham. You know, they're right on top there, looking really good again. They're just, you know, they're just keeping the ball. They're playing. It just feels like simple rugby, doing the basics well. But they've definitely got a bit of momentum now. But yeah, I hope the hook is all right.
Well, you'd like to think that being in possession, they'll have the push in at a scrum here.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, it couldn't be a better attacking position for them. Just got to win the ball, and you'd like to think Freddie would back himself against his opposite man here. Just to get over the top, and then they're into the round the corner.
14 lads, change, 14.
Change being made here for Nottingham. Cormac Kalman coming off. Got Tom Ormsby coming on. Bristol Bears Academy boy. He's one of their scholarship lads. It's been a pretty successful programme over the years.
Okay,
Bears, of course, always looking for the next Fitz Harding, aren't they? He's done incredibly well since coming in from Durham. Now club captain.
Lads,
I wish he'd grow the curtains back though. He thinks he looks like Jason Statham, but I'm not having it. Give the people what they want, Fitzy. Early 90s Hugh Grant.
Crouch!
14-24.
Set!
Beckett with a scoreboard on their side. Nottingham building a bit of momentum. Straight down the channel goes Freddie Vaughan. Great carry from him, and Nottingham a metre short. Over! Oh, it is game on!
Just the basics again. Lovely carry from Freddie, and then the big men do the rest.
Fred Marr gets his first try of the season. 19-24, conversion to come under the sticks. 56 minutes on the clock. And from looking comfortable, Leeds Beckett starting to sweat on the road.
What have you got? What have you got?
Well, they're looking for the edges, but it's the big men down the middle that are getting the meat pies.
Yeah, definitely.
Through binding then. Binding on height, yeah?
3 tries, 3 conversions.
Okay, fine.
And it's the quick ball that did it. Let's take another look at this one then. Fred Marr, big season for him. He's going to be one of the real leaders in this team. And he had work to do there because he was at tight head. But you talked about the big frame of Freddie Vaughan, and that was a brilliant carry from the 12.
Yeah, it's a great carry. Gets him on the front foot, and then just getting over and getting on the whitewash.
He had 3 big men to run through there. He had Louis Kirkham, Ollie Malarkey. They were both there. But laws of physics. He's a tough old man to stop, Freddie Marr. 21-24, and this time it's Nottingham
ripped
that fluffed the exit.
Okay.
Oh.
Lads, it's ripped forward.
It's just frustrating, isn't it? They do all the hard work. All you have to do is exit. Sounds a lot harder than it sounds a lot easier than it actually is, but it's just frustrating from a Nottingham point of view. But a great attacking platform for Leeds.
Yeah. Well outside. Yeah, well outside. Crouch!
Well, what a chance. They've not really had a sniff for since scoring that penalty straight from half-time.
Lads, just stand up.
How valuable
a little bit too pre-engaged, a little bit racing
could that extra 3 points be?
Really good space all the way through. Let's get back to that.
Still the same front rows on. I wonder if we could see a bit of rotation on that soon. And that has been a bit of an area of contention for Nottingham over the last few seasons, is front row depth. They've got Tabs McCanza, replacement loose head today. Club president Kane Fleary, former Harlequin under-18 and Trinity School tight head as well.
Set! Hold!
Both talented musicians actually, but more on that later. Oh, Beckett get the penalty. Now then, Gwyn Parks, what are you doing here? Poles or corner?
2 and 3.
Oh, if the 10 backs himself, but I think it will go corner. I think it will try and
2 and 3, driving up.
kill the game down and I guess come away with 5 or more points. But they could regret it at the end of the game to go, 6-0 up.
It's tough, isn't it?
It is
Because
tough.
a try here takes you beyond a converted score, makes it a 2-score game.
6 goal,
I think
boys,
you just get a feeling on the pitch whether you're going to get over or take the 3. And obviously the 10 for Leeds has got a feeling that, and the pack have got a feeling that they're going to get over. So it'll be interesting to see what happens now.
Well, we're about to find out if that decision is vindicated or not. Couple of new locks on. So it's Tom Mills who's come on. Ex-Sale Sharks Academy.
Just keep him on the floor, mate, yeah?
There's a rumour going round that he won a prize at Crufts in 2016 with a pug. But I can't find out the name of the pug, so I've my nose for nonsense has kicked in. I'll try and find out more on that later. But now Nottingham come up to set that defensive line. Beckett start to come forward, and Ben Bailey takes the carry. Sammy Lee with the tackle. And Al-Kareem up the short side. Strong carry from him. And Beckett knocking on the door. It's been a little while since they were here. But they have been clinical. They've come away with points so often when they've been in the red zone. Malarkey goes again. Nottingham get down well. Tom Mills will be the next to go round the corner. Nottingham survive another phase. Oh, that's close. Not quite close enough. Al-Kareem denied again. This time Guthrie stopped just short. Malarkey will go. Beckett's so close to extending the lead. Al-Kareem. Oh, he's knocked it on. Huge moment in the game. And the scoreboard remains unchanged.
That's a massive moment, isn't it? If Leeds go on and score there, more than likely going to get the kick as well. You go 10 up. But a massive moment for Nottingham. Just got to think about a good exit now. Not get over the way with that. And try and get back down in Leeds' half.
Well, the danger not cleared because the pressure has been coming on at scrum time.
I'm happy you're going forward, but you've got to go forward and stay down, mate.
God, Leeds Beckett looked totally in control there as well, didn't they? So confident in that position.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the knock on.
Crouch!
I couldn't see it from back here.
Well, the referee was in a great position, Owen Taylor.
Set!
Nottingham aren't going to try and run this, are they? No. No nonsense. A boot on it, staying in field. They've invited Jody Devine to have a go, though. Here's Salisbury. Oh, nice little goosey, but tackled well. That's Freddie Vaughan.
Not now, not now! First man's got to move.
Al-Kareem. Met well, but gets away, does Al-Kareem. And offloads. Oh, good hands. Under pressure, Gribben. Scorer of that second try in the first half. Charlie
Isolated.
Keith. Oh, throws a speculative offload and comes off nicely. Little nudge in behind. That's one to challenge, but it's just out on the full.
Ball's live.
Ooh. Tom Ormsby watched that, and it was nervy.
Yeah, Leeds just looked a little bit lost then. They lost a bit of momentum. Probably not a bad option to try and turn Nottingham, but execution-wise, I feel like Leeds just need a bit of composure now. They're 3-0 up, and they're in Nottingham's half. Like, it's a great place to be. Just a bit of composure, and just try and stay in Nottingham's half, really.
Archie Callaghan coming on into the background here for Beckett.
Listen, what's the problem?
Covers centre, covers wing, former Sedbergh School, Sale Sharks Academy.
All right, are you a doctor or are you
a try against Wales for Scotland under 20s in a development game last season too.
Lads, whole front row change as well, whole front row change.
And here we go, Beckett ringing the changes. Kasim Dawood coming on at hooker, George Cresser on at loose head, Tom Hinchcliffe on at tight head.
This will be big now, I think. three big boys coming on. Be interesting to see what happens at the next scrum.
Well, they're all boys with Premiership Academy experience.
Time on.
George Cresser, allegedly part-time postman. How are you a part-time postman? What do you do, like half a round? Well, that's a good ball. Oh,
Backwards,
that's off the feet, though.
That's all play.
Oh, Tom Ormsby just about gets away with that. I think it was the right decision, but execution tough. This is lovely handling from Nottingham.
Push. No, don't play the 9.
They need to make the most of dry conditions like this today, because they're not going to get them. Certainly when we go into November. And they're starting to play a bit. They've just grown in confidence, Nottingham. Freddie Vaughan. Sweeting.
Oh, stop! Yeah, play on.
And when it slows down here, this is where Nottingham struggle a little bit. Anand. To the line again, inside ball, and boys flying in. It's Will Rampley. Oh, excellent work over the ball, George Cresser. Loose heads making turnovers.
Just similar to first half. I think, like you've just said, just slow ball, just look a little bit lost. Maybe.
Question then, do Nottingham, in that middle third, when it doesn't work first or second phase, do they need to find an out kick?
I think, yeah. Well, when the ball slows down, you know, it's a lot harder to attack generally. So if they put a good box kick on, or even if they just go long, get a good chase, and then they try and put more pressure on Leeds. But they've just gone slow ball, carry, penalty to Leeds, and now Leeds are back in the Nottingham 22 with another good opportunity to attack.
Fresh big men on for Beckett as well, as they look to build in the 22. Still around 15 minutes to go here. Kasim Dawood, good first dart from him.
Advantage, 5.
Ben Elsie conceding the penalty, and another big chance here for Beckett. On the advantage. What's the opportunity or the option here? It's a little bit stodgy, but quick ball is good ball, and Ben Parkin can have a dance. And an offload, Callaghan. Another penalty advantage.
Not forward, no, not forward on the floor, we'll go back.
It's a lovely break from the 10, isn't it? He's having a good game as well.
5 collapse.
Yeah, Ben Parkin.
Yeah, Ben Parkin.
And he's kicked 14 points. Again, I'm sure you're starting to tot up potential Player of the Match awards.
5.
So we take another look at this. They thought for a second about the crossfield kick, I think, but just got stuck in no man's land. But a 10 in at 9, and he's got a good nose for a gap.
9 change, lads, please. 9. 12 change, please.
Change at scrum half and a change at centre. So Louis Hurd, his BSR debut is done. He's going to be replaced by
time on.
Daniel Reid, and then Ollie Bunce, another fresher. He's coming on for the last 15 minutes here.
Maul, home.
Good line-out ball. Leeds Beckett looking for a try to give them a huge advantage as we approach the last 10 minutes. Dawood. Fred Mars got on that ball. He's not going to have to move. Oh, he's been adjudged to have brought that down.
Could be a yellow.
No, Mark's in there.
And I always
Everybody
wonder.
onto the ball's legal, and then we've got 2-man collapse.
I always wonder with these kinds of decisions. So Fred Marr is on the ball there. So why on earth would he bring them all down? It's the kind of thing that a ref either does call or doesn't call. But either way, focus up here, because Al Kareem is going to tap and go and still go.
Too long!
And Leeds Beckett in the shadow of the post, 5 metres short, looking for try number 3.
Tackle!
To take it beyond a converted score. He blew a golden opportunity here just a few minutes ago.
Okay, movement! Yeah, boys, it's your lads as well.
Malarkey throws that surveyor dummy again. And
lads, step. Good form.
Makes a few centimetres. Valuable centimetres, another pick, another go.
Keep moving, lads, keep moving.
Al Kareem's going to go again.
Use it!
On red alert. Oh, he's knocked it on. Again. It's Al Kareem. Again.
Oh, just when you think Leeds can potentially get a score. They knock it on. Just even spending time down here, just so beneficial for them come the end of the game.
Tell you what, Lawrence Adeda ran there. He's just arrived and stayed on side, but he's blocked that gap and stopped Al Kareem going to the right-hand side that he was shaping to do. And that little intervention there has just meant that Al Kareem has gone to the left and he's knocked it on. And that's the kind of thing from Lawrence Adeda that you may not notice, but I think has made a big difference there.
Bind! Set!
Well, there was a 3 o'clock kickoff. Repeat of the final last year. Oh, big pressure. Big pressure from Leeds Beckett. And they'll have the put in at the scrum here. But Exeter versus Loughborough. Once this one's finished, you can watch the rest of that one. Don't leave this, it's right in the balance. But Exeter have got off to a great start. They lead Loughborough by 10 points to 0.
Lads, just make sure we've
Big
got
scrum from Leeds, wasn't it? I wouldn't be surprised if this ball stays in and try and get a shunt on in the scrum now.
Yeah, Ollie Malarkey. It's going to be a good test of his footballing skills here if this starts to go forward.
Fine! Set! Leave him alone.
Oh, this is a great scrum. Watch Malarkey. Watch that ball. They've got an advantage. And the advantage soon becomes a penalty.
Loose head.
Well, everything about this suits Beckett, doesn't it? It's a great try-scoring opportunity, but also the clock continues to tick.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't, another scrum. Another scrum now.
Scrum.
Yeah, not surprised. Another scrum. Keep the ball in.
His feet never leave the floor. Okay.
Yeah, another scrum for Leeds. Wouldn't be surprised if they get another big push on. Just frustrating for Nottingham. I don't know much about a scrum. Do you, Dave?
I do, actually.
Yep.
There's 8 blokes. They're all massive. And the ones in purple are very excited about what is to come. They've got plenty of options out the back as well, but I think those guys may as well put their hands in their pockets. Here's Ollie Malarkey going himself. Credit to Jamie Annan there, putting himself in harm's way. Better scrum from Nottingham, but it's all about Beckett right now.
All's out. Yeah, all out.
Nottingham hanging on. 21-24, and they've got the turnover. Unbelievable gutsy defence from the home team.
On their feet on the ball.
That is a massive moment in the game. It's a massive moment in the game.
Lads, that one's yours.
Yeah, now Nottingham just need to focus on getting a good exit. I wouldn't be surprised if they...
Well, this was Malarkey. The scrum had stalled. And there were plenty of bodies there, but wow. Phenomenal effort here from Nottingham to stay in the game, and it remains 21-24. Couple of chances for Beckett, and finally the line-out creaks. Oh, Nottingham inviting the pressure on.
Yeah, good man.
And surely Beckett won't blow a third opportunity in the 22. Al Kareem. Dan Reed. Parking at second receiver. Devine joins the line. Sweeting's there, but he's cleared out. This is proper BUCS Super Rugby, and
Lads,
we love
arrive up, arrive up.
Al Kareem again, he's full of running.
It's the same as the first half against the second rower. It's late and low. It's the same as in the first half.
Not actually sure what that's for.
You're not the only one, because Paul Westgate has turned around and he shrugged his shoulders as well. I think he's talking about angle going into the carry that he doesn't like, and Nottingham about to introduce their final replacements as well.
Lads,
Was he
reuse
explaining
that
this
one.
here? So they're about to change the props. Tabs McCanza and Kane Fleary coming on. And Leeds Beckett reintroducing Caleb Cujo and Charlie Keith.
Are they... Is it just rolling subs then?
We've got 7 on the clock, lads. 7 on the clock.
There is Paul Westgate. His team have worked so hard to get back into this game, a game that at one point they were 24-7 down in. Now 24-21. And Nottingham back in the Beckett half. Can they? Sammy Lee has had to hit the brakes there. Needs to be careful. Kasim Dawood sniffing around.
It's on.
Could well be. Passes need to be good. There's a little chip in behind from Vaughan.
We're inside, mate, yeah.
Oh, and there was frustration on the bench there. They thought that could have gone through the hands. And you think so too?
I'm not sure what to say. I just... 5 minutes left on the clock. Kicking the ball away. I'm not sure. Potentially if they get the ball back off this line out.
Boys, let's go,
but
please.
Yeah, it was a good attacking opportunity. They looked like they had numbers. They were very soft leads. Yeah, tough one.
What a contest now. Leeds Beckett have the ball. Kasim Dawood not in a rush at all. Some of the starting forwards, they've had time to recharge the batteries. But it goes to Tom Mills, the replacement lock. Oh my goodness!
It's a long transfer. It's a long transfer over the top of 19 and 3. The ball's passed over the top.
The ball has gone over the tight head prop, who's Charlie Keith. A long transfer. It needs to go hand to hand to hand.
Lads, we need to pass
you can't miss
back,
a man out, and now Nottingham can go poles to draw level, but instead they want to go corner for all the marbles.
I've not seen one for about 4 years.
Oh, just if Jamie took his time a little bit more, he could. I think he could have stuck down the corner. He's a good kicker out of hand. Just like the difference between 5 meters and 10, it's just.
Well, they're on 3 tries as well, Nottingham. If they get another one, it's a guaranteed bonus point, potentially a bonus point win. They're going forward here, Nottingham. Ollie Bunce, the replacement scrum half.
Advantage.
Waiting in behind. Penalty advantage.
8.
Again, discipline costing Beckett. How valuable will it be?
Playing advantage.
A pick and a go. Kirkham was over it, so we'll go back for the penalty again. A great turnover by Kirkham.
6 and 8 onto the top of the ball carrier.
But it won't count for anything because Nottingham can go for the corner again. What a game!
Oh, yeah, Nottingham get to go to the corner again. They got a good old nudge on then. Wow, this is the game right now, isn't it, Dave?
Yes, it is. 76 on our clock.
Lads, stay high, please.
A score here would be monumental. Rampley goes up. He has been a giant today for Nottingham.
Don't change!
And now, cancel to the ground. Nottingham are going to have to do it the hard way. Excellent carry again. Sammy Lee waits. Revs the engine. Lee, can he reach? No, still short. This feels like the ball game right here. Kane Fleary still going.
Let it come!
Another advantage. It has to go here for Nottingham. So much space, but they keep it narrow. Beckett survive another phase. Oh my goodness. Right, a shrill blast on the whistle. It feels like further action's going to be taken here. Oh, Will Derbyshire would have walked in.
Oh, yeah, you've just got to give the ball. It was like he had too many options, Jamie.
Right, what's happening here?
It's only really been in the second half, but we've had a bit of a flurry for different stuff. But we've got 8 killing the ball on the floor, a couple of metres out. Right, have a word with them. Can you hold? Yeah, of course I will. Don't ignore them. Right, just have a word with them. Get them to slow down and calm down. All right, time is still off. Have a word with them.
That's a final warning.
A lucky man, I think. They have had a fair few down here, especially in the red zone, Leeds. So lucky man.
Well, Nottingham here
is waving today. Every time you've waved.
Well, we've just lost referee's comms for a second. He's talking to Ben Glanville and he's not happy.
Everyone just calm down.
We heard that. Taylor wants them to calm down. That's the last thing they want. Adrenaline flowing, blood pumping, and away goes Glanville.
No hands, Rook! No hands!
Nottingham, a metre short. A try here would surely win it in round 1 of BUCS Super Rugby. Beckett have had their opportunities.
Hands and feet, lads.
Will they rue the missed ones? Ball over the top. It's taken. And Nottingham are over. Tom Ormsby gets the bonus point, gives Nottingham the lead. Will it be enough for the win? 26-24. What a comeback!
Oh, good try for Nottingham. And looks like everyone's very happy around it. All the uni students. Tops off.
From 7:21 down to 26-24 ahead.
I'll tell you when the kick's coming, Matt. Yeah.
Right then, let's have some nominees for player of the match. Who's impressed you from both teams?
Well, it's 90 seconds, so it's about a minute.
Ben Parkin, I think he's had a good game for Leeds.
That's what I was trying to say.
I think the back rower for Leeds.
Well, Al Kareem, who came on.
Yeah, came on. He's had a really positive impact. Freddie Vaughan's made a couple of good carries. Lawrence. Yeah. Give me a minute or so and I'll have a think.
We'll get it for you on full time. I've been really impressed with Will Rampley at lock as well. I think he's had a great game. And also Louis Kirkham, the captain for Leeds Beckett. Well, this kick is huge because it means Beckett can't win it with a penalty. Jamie Annan sends it towards goal. It's a 4-point game. It's 28-24 and we will have a kickoff. Let's take another look at this. This was the final try, and it was such a gutsy ball. This delivery over the top for Tom Ormsby. This final pass was a beauty. This pass here, over the top. Rubenheimer. He had a lot of work to do as well, and Tom Ormsby scores the try. Will it be the winning try? Oh, it's another fumbled restart. It's in touch. Oh, and it's gone out on the full.
We still got 2.
Oh, still 2 minutes to go.
Okay, it's good. 2.
So I'm not going to ask you to make the decision until full time because this game's still in the balance. And anybody who's watched BUCS Super Rugby since I've been involved knows the fable of silent Sulla Exeter. So I'm not going to put that on you, Gwyn. But I think we've got a few candidates. Couple of minutes to go.
Fine! Set!
Nottingham have trailed for over 70 minutes of this game. This is the first time they've led. Knocked on. What they have done here is guaranteed themselves 2 points because they've got the try bonus and Beckett won't have any more opportunity than scoring a 5 or a 7 pointer. The referee has just said last play. Beckett with one last roll of the dice.
I think first thing for Nottingham is lock down the scrum. Big Leeds pack. It's got to be a big scrum for Nottingham.
Fine! Set!
Huge scrum. Beckett with the advantage.
Penny advantage.
Well, Ben Parkin is going to chip this. He's going to chase his own kick. It's going to sit up. It's going to bounce into Nottingham hands. But we'll go back for the penalty. Cameron Raubenheimer.
How
was pushed off the ball then. And that's the kind of thing where Beckett need to be a little bit careful because the last thing you want to do is concede a penalty for doing something silly. Here's Ben Parkin. And I tell you what,
yeah, that's it now, boys. That's it.
If Leeds Beckett do get a win in this game, then he will certainly be right at the top of the list for the BUCS Super Rugby Man of the Match award. What a game, what a finish, last play.
It's all right, he's gone.
And we're in the situation now where any mistake by Beckett, and it is defeat here at Nottingham. Off the top, Alex Davis, Ben Parkin, big men in the middle of the park. It's Louis Kirkham crashing it into the centres.
Yeah, ball's clear. Yeah, good work, mate.
Caleb Cujo back on. Can they get themselves in behind here, Leeds Beckett? Can they stress this Nottingham defence? That's good line speed.
Move. Yeah.
Charlie Keith doesn't get over the gain line. What can Al Kareem do? Just looks so energetic every time he's on the ball. Tommy Triggs. Excellent shot. Sammy Lee on that. Parkin. On the wraparound. Could be some space here. Ollie Malaki's out there on the edge. Oh, he uses Ollie Bunce as a speed bump.
It's good defence from Nottingham though. Not really going anywhere, Leeds. I think they're going backwards, if anything. Oh, that's a good carry.
Missed a couple there. It's picked up and now some space to gallop into. Kirkham, men outside, and one of them's Al Kareem. Al Kareem dragged down by his shirt. What a carry, what a tackle. And those are the meters that Beckett craved. Oh, another crunching hit. Rampley and Glanville. What a tackle. Parkin. As Beckett continue to build. Jody Devine. Oh, good clear out by Gribben. That could have been the end of it. Nottingham starting to look a little bit leggy in defence. This is lung-busting stuff. Cancelled tackles Kirkham. Nottingham penalty! The comeback is complete. The victory is theirs. And BUCS Super Rugby is up and running. Well, Nottingham are going to kick this out on the full. Let's have your BUCS Super Rugby player of the match, Gwyn Parks.
Oh, look, I think it's got to go. I completely forgot about Rampley. Rampley. I'd give it to Will Rampley. I think he scored a try, some really positive carries and some big shots as well. So I'm going to give it to the big man Will.
Well, that is a victory built on heart for Nottingham. Leeds Beckett, so much to like about that performance from the visitors. They built a score. They played pragmatic rugby away from home. And at 24-7, you'd have been forgiven for thinking this game was done and dusted, but Nottingham got momentum, found their composure, left it late, but they picked up a bonus point victory here on day one, and what a bonus point victory it is. Tries for Derbyshire, Maher, Rampley and Ormsby. 4 from 4 off the tee for the captain Jamie Ann, and that combated the tries from Gribben and Davis. And an almost perfect performance off the boot from Ben Parkin. It finishes here at Highfields. Nottingham 28, Leeds Beckett 24. And an outstanding advert for BUCS Super Rugby to get this season underway.
Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a great game. Look, Leeds dominated in the first half, I'd say. And then Nottingham came out of the second half. Played more basic. I think they played more basic rugby. They were more direct. Started to get into the wider channels, and they've come away with a win, and that'll be a massive confidence booster going into the season now.
Certainly will. Right, we've got some highlights for you to enjoy here. Stick with us because we're going to be running to the side of the pitch to try and get some post-match reaction. But before that, let's talk through these try-lights, the main moments of the game. So Nottingham just came back into it. It was pretty pragmatic, wasn't it? Because Beckett had done so well to build that score. That was the conversion going over there to get Nottingham back to within 8-7. We have to credit Beckett with the way they finished that first half. They were outstanding.
Yeah, definitely. It looked like at the end they could have gone on to win the game as well. I think it was a last-ditch tackle, which it's just one of those games in a rugby match. So you get big moments. But Nottingham managed to hang on and get the dub.
So that took us through to half-time. It was 21 points to 7, and then Leeds Beckett scored an early penalty for 24-7, and this was when Nottingham started to get back into it. First over the line there was the man who ended up winning man of the match there, Will Rampley. He was integral to it, and it was so important that they got something from that visit to the 22.
Yeah, definitely. I think I remember saying it to you. It just feels like they have to pick up some points. It was around 50 minutes in. It just felt like a big moment in the game where they had to come away with points to build a bit of confidence going into the last 30.
Well, Will Rampley scored first, then it was Fred Maha, who actually had to work quite hard here because it was a lovely direct carry from Freddie Vaughan. You can see him get into position there, hitting the afterburners, and the laws of physics say that 120 kgs plus VAT, that's tough to stop from there.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking to a tackling expert, Dave, and yeah, hard to tackle.
Then the final try was absolutely huge because Beckett had 2-3 gilt-edged opportunities, and it was a little bit gutsy here from Nottingham. 2 replacements, Raubenheimer and Ormsby, putting on the finishing touches as Nottingham continued to build.
Yeah, like I said, it was really positive. It's a lovely ball over the top there, and gets over for the winner. Yeah, I think Nottingham had really good composure and coming out and then eventually winning the game.
Well, it finishes a 4-point victory. Nottingham take all 5 home. Watch this, stick with us. We're going to head pitch side.
Here we are, we've done it, we've made it. Finally, the women's rugby in BUCS at the very highest level is super. This is the first season, this right here is the first game of the newly formed Women's BUCS Super Rugby. WBSR to you and I as the season progresses, where we bring you some of the rarest new talents in the game who are destined to go on to greater glories. I'm Joe Burns, I'm looking forward to guiding you through this opening match of the season between Edinburgh University and Hartpury University in the shadow of one of the most historic stadiums in world rugby. Murrayfield looks upon us, but we are here at the Hive for a bit of history. It is a mouth-watering prospect to open the season, to open a new era, and bringing together 2 finalists from 3 years ago who did battle for the cup at 6 Wales. Sophie McQueen beats the last woman. That's the first try in women's BUCS Super Rugby history. It's all eyes on Hartpury, and it's red alert, but it's snuffed out by a brilliant hit from Hannah Walker. Teammates looking to propel her forward. Space underneath the uprights. And Emily Kubra has Edinburgh's first try of the WBSR era. More tries and more gripping contests like this too. More fine starlets like Charlie Manns, who's found a way to go through. Abby Pritchard pins her ears back, tries to get claw to the floor. It's a huge collision in the corner, but Pritchard rides the contact and dots down for try number 2 for Hartpury. Long ball over the
Man of the match after a brilliant victory to open the season. Will, congratulations. You're vice captain of this team, and it looked like you really had to sort of pull your socks up and drag them forward. What are your immediate thoughts after that?
Yeah, I don't know, it was a bit touch and go at times. I think we were all sweating a bit, especially towards the end, but no, I thought we showed a good bit of heart to come through at the end and keep them out. I think, going into half time, I think they definitely had us, but yeah, we said that we'd have to bring something new. I think we did that. But fair play to Beckett. I think they put on a really good show as well.
You're 24/7 down at home, first game of the season, the headliner, 1,000 people here, the cameras live, thousands watching around the world. It's not necessarily the start that you wanted, but you were the one who got the ball rolling. You put in a great shift and you got that first try. When you got over, did you start to believe that it was going your way?
I think that sort of try after half time, I think that was a real momentum shift. There's definitely a few boys putting in some huge impacts. Like I said, that was definitely what we wanted to do at half time. And go well.
And going, well, the post behind you, Beckett were camped on your line. How did you stay in the game there?
I don't know, I think that's just a lot of heart. Well, like I said, at half time we dug deep. We knew that we had to change, especially with everyone watching. We didn't want to go down. But I think, there was a few boys putting some good shots. And get them out. 5
points on the board. Most important question, what happens tonight?
Big night out in Nottingham, crisis. Having a good time on the balcony.
And who's going to lead the tour?
Ben Glanville, I reckon, social sec. He'll be leading the charge.
Well played today, mate. Huge congratulations. Go and be with the boys. I'm surprised they didn't crash the shot, actually. We're going to have to sort out something like a medal or a bottle, because I feel as though a performance like that deserves something. He was outstanding today, wasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the big man got over for a try as well, and I think, played a crucial part in a Nottingham win.
Can we just take a look at this? That is absolutely amazing. The boys celebrating with the boys. The whole club is down. They've got the club ties. And that's the thing, isn't it? Whether it's Swansea or Beckett or Nottingham or any of the clubs, it's not just the 23 on the pitch. It's a massive one-club mentality, isn't it? Do you miss it?
I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss it. I think sometimes in those tight games as well, the club boys, they get you over the line. Those songs, it just adds to the atmosphere, and it's a great way for them to get over the line and singing with all the club now. It's what BUCS Rugby's all about, really, I think.
Oh, it certainly is. Are we going to get Paul Westgate? Yeah, he's walking over. Come and speak to us, Paul. Do you know, there's one bloke I wouldn't want to play poker against in BUCS Super Rugby, and it's this man here, because even after a performance like that and a win like that, you finally cracked a smile. That is a lot of hard graft today, and that's a hard-earned win.
I think we spoke about it before the game, then what can we bring, what can be different this year? Then I think it's that hard work, that togetherness, Dave, that cohesion, and a little big hand to Leeds Beckett. I mean, as they said before the game, a lot of mature students in there, a lot of experienced students in there, so we were certainly under a lot of pressure, set piece around the park, no fluency, you name it. But I thought the boys showed a lot of character. They got stuck in. To come back from 24/7 there with, 24 minutes to go or so was pretty impressive. We can't do that every week. I mean, my heart's not going to survive that long either. But, full credit to the boys here. It was, we're enjoying the moment, put it that way.
Nice to see a Nottingham team as well, as you develop and you grow, the bench making an impact, because in the first few seasons you kind of had your 15, but now it feels like you've got a 23 and more who can all add to a game.
Oh, 100%. I mean, the two back row boys that came on, Kieran Perkins is contracted to Saints. I mean, quality player. Sammy Lee was probably our best flanker last year, so they both came on. And I thought they did a lot of carries, and they got us a bit more go forward in the midfield there and around the fringes, which we were lacking a bit in the first half. But absolutely, and I thought the two young props that came on as well held up those last two scrums pretty well. So, all to play for now, onwards and upwards, away to Durham. We were a bit cold and wet out there, I'm sure, but we're looking forward to it. We know that we got to fight every game, Dave, and we'll do that.
Are you impressed with the way they dug in? Because credit to Leeds Beckett, they were very pragmatic and they were building a score, which Gwyn and I spoke about. You don't see that very often in BSR. It's usually hell for leather. So when you're 24/7 down and you know if you make any mistakes you're going to be punished, what did you say to them at half-time? And also, when they were camped on the line, how pleased are you with the spirit they showed to get those turnovers and find their way out?
Yeah, there's two key moments on the line, wasn't there, in the second half there, where we managed to turn them over and we were under a lot of pressure. Half-time is pretty easy. We just said, look, We looked a bit tired. We looked like we hadn't really got into first gear. I'm sure a lot of that was due to the pressure from Leeds Beckett, but we said, look, it's a mental thing. Let's be strong. Let's believe in ourselves. Let's believe in what we've been doing, which is what we did. And we knew that if we could build some phases and got in the right areas of the pitch, we'd be able to create opportunities, which again, is what we did. But the players solved a lot of problems out there, which is great to see. And you're right, we've got a bigger squad this year, and I think we can draw on that, and that's going to give us confidence now moving forward.
Right, go be with them. Don't be too nice. Keep their feet on the ground. They don't want to get them too carried away. And good luck next week.
You'll know I'll do that. Okay. Cheers, Dave. Cheers,
Right then, Gwyn. Let's close this show and let everyone head off because they've got Exeter versus Loughborough to watch. Really great to have your company today. Let's quickly talk about you. Doncaster on Saturday. I'm actually looking forward to strapping him up and getting the season off to a good start.
Obviously, they picked up some great signings this year. Big challenge for us going up there. One that we'll enjoy though, and take it all in.
Gwyn Parks, great to have your company, and great to have your company wherever you've been watching around the world. Huge congratulations to Nottingham, the headliner, the big event, just as the rain is starting. Fantastic win, 5 points on the board. Leeds Beckett back to basics, but trust me, they'll be back. What a team they've got. What a league we've got. Wednesdays are back, and we absolutely love it. Goodbye.